Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going deep on quantum supremacy.
Oh, wow.
And get this, our source is in German this time.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an FAQ page from, like, a quantum tech website just shows you, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, R.
Yeah.
Quest for knowledge, no language barriers.
Yeah. So what is
quantum supremacy?
Yeah.
It's that crazy moment when a quantum computer solves a problem that a classical computer just can't. Ever.
Yeah.
Practically speaking.
Yeah.
Like finishing a marathon before the other runner even ties their shoes.
What's captivating here is that quantum supremacy is kind of like stepping into a whole new dimension of computing. We've relied on classical computers for so long, but they have their limits. Quantum computers, though, they're rewriting the rules.
So scientists have been dreaming of this quantum leap for ages. Right?
Absolutely. Quantum supremacy represents the fulfillment of a long-held ambition. To kind of break free from the constraints of classical computing. Imagine harnessing a power so exponential.
Okay.
It could redefine the boundaries of possibility.
Wow, that sounds pretty epic.
Yeah.
But how do these quantum computers work their magic? What makes them so different?
It all boils down to the fundamental building blocks, really. Classical computers use bits, right? Mm-hmm. Which are like a light switch, either on or off, 0 or 1.
Right, yeah.
But quantum computers, they use qubits. Think of them like a dimmer switch.
Okay.
Capable of existing in multiple states at once. It's called superposition.
Okay.
It's like spinning a coin and having it land on heads and tails simultaneously.
Whoa, that's bending my brain a little bit. Mm-hmm. And entanglement. Yeah. Our source mentions entanglement.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Is that like quantum computers having a secret communication network?
That's a fantastic way to put it. Entanglement is one of the most bizarre yet powerful phenomena in quantum mechanics.
Really?
You got to imagine two qubits, right? Linked by an invisible thread. You nudge one, the other reacts instantly, no matter how far apart they are.
Wow. That's crazy.
This interconnectedness allows quantum computers to make calculations across a mind-boggling number of possibilities all at once.
So it's not just about speed, it's a whole different way of processing information.
Right. Precisely. And that's why quantum supremacy is such a big deal. Speaking of which, do you remember Google's claim? Yeah. Back in 2019, they claimed to have reached quantum supremacy with their Sycamore processor.
Yeah. Wasn't that a huge deal?
It certainly made waves. Google said their Sycamore processor performed a calculation in just 200 seconds.
Okay.
A calculation that would have taken a supercomputer 10,000 years.
200 seconds versus 10,000 years.
Exactly.
That's like comparing a blink of an eye to like the entire history of civilization.
Right.
But wait, our source mentioned some pushback on Google's claim. Not everyone was buying it, huh?
There was definitely some healthy skepticism, right?
Right.
In the scientific community. Some questioned whether Google's chosen task was truly representative of real world problems. Okay. While others debated whether, their estimate for the classical computer's time was accurate.
Yeah, so even at the cutting edge of science, there's room for debate. Like a constant back and forth, pushing us toward a deeper understanding.
Absolutely. Science is dynamic. It's always evolving. This debate highlights how scientific progress unfolds, right? Right. New discoveries lead to new questions, challenges, and refinements of our understanding.
But even with the controversy, Google's experiment caused like a massive surge of excitement and investment in quantum computing.
Right.
And this brings up a question I've had for a while. Yeah. Are we about to ditch our laptops for quantum computers?
That's a common misconception.
Oh, okay.
Quantum supremacy doesn't mean quantum computers are about to replace our everyday devices. Think of it this way. You wouldn't use a chainsaw to slice a tomato, right? Classical computers are still incredibly efficient for the tasks we use them for now.
Right. It's all about the right tool for the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our source points to some seriously cool potential applications.
Oh, yeah.
For quantum supremacy, though, especially in medicine and material science.
Imagine a world where we can design drugs and materials at the atomic level, like like building with molecular Legos.
Oh, wow.
Quantum computers can simulate the intricate dance of atoms and molecules.
Okay.
Leading to breakthroughs in drug discovery, material science, and our grasp of the fundamental building blocks of the universe.
So we're talking personalized medicine tailored to your unique DNA.
Yeah.
Or materials so strong and light, they revolutionize entire industries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why, that's some serious next level stuff.
The potential is truly vast.
Yeah.
But we also have to be realistic, right? Building and maintaining these quantum computers isn't a walk in the park.
Yeah, our source dives into that too. Apparently these things are super sensitive. Like a diva demanding absolute silence and perfect temperature.
You know, one of the biggest hurdles is keeping those qubits in their fragile quantum state.
Yeah.
They're incredibly susceptible to any disturbance.
Yeah.
We call this decoherence, right? Even a single stray atom can throw off the entire calculation.
Wow.
Imagine your computer crashing because a dust particle landed on the wrong spot.
Okay, that's a level of precision I can barely fathom. And then there's the whole cryogenic cooling thing, right?
Yeah.
They operate at temperatures colder than outer space.
That's right. Many of these quantum computers need those frigid temperatures.
To minimize vibrations that can, disrupt the delicate quantum states. It's an added layer of complexity in building and scaling up this technology.
It sounds like we're pushing the very limits of what's physically possible.
Yeah.
And our source also mentions error correction as a major challenge.
Yeah.
Getting those qubits to behave must be a full-time job.
Error correction is essential in quantum computing because those qubits are so susceptible to even the tiniest disturbances, right? Researchers are developing sophisticated error correction codes to ensure the reliability and accuracy of quantum computations. It's like playing a game of Jenga.
Wow.
On a roller coaster.
So we've achieved some incredible feats.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's a long road ahead.
It's a journey with many twists and turns, We've entered a new era.
Yeah.
But the pace and extent of its impact are still unfolding. One thing's for sure though.
Yes.
The potential rewards are so significant.
Right.
That research and development are surging forward globally.
I'm getting this feeling that we're on the verge of something huge.
Yeah.
But with so much uncertainty, it's important to stay grounded.
Absolutely. While the possibilities are tantalizing, we have to acknowledge that we're still in the early stages of this quantum revolution. There are hurdles to overcome, and the timeline for those real-world applications remains a bit of a mystery.
So it's a time of excitement and cautious optimism.
Yeah.
What an incredible time to be alive. We're stepping into a world where the impossible seems a little less impossible every day.
It really is quite something. It's like we're standing on the launch pad watching the countdown for this quantum rocket to take off.
Yeah, I hear that. Our source digs into some really specific examples of how this technology could impact our lives. I mean, personalized medicine and revolutionized industries are cool and all, but I'm ready for the nitty-gritty.
Well, get ready because things are about to get fascinating. Our German source highlights how quantum computers could revolutionize fields like medicine and material science. It's like stepping into a world where we can manipulate matter at its most fundamental level.
Okay, I'm all ears. Break it down for me.
Imagine being able to design new drugs and materials with atomic precision. Quantum computers could simulate the complex interactions of atoms and molecules, leading to breakthroughs in drug discovery, materials design, and our understanding of the very building blocks of the universe.
So it's like having a virtual chemistry set where you can tinker with molecules and create new substances with unheard of properties.
Exactly.
Sign me up for that lab.
But it goes beyond just medicine and materials. Remember those optimization problems we talked about earlier? The ones that even the most powerful classical computers struggle with.
Yeah, like finding the most efficient delivery route through a city during rush hour, or figuring out the best way to manage a global supply chain.
Right.
Talk about a headache.
Well, quantum computers might be the ultimate aspirin for those computational headaches.
Oh, okay.
Their ability to explore multiple possibilities simultaneously could unlock
Yeah.
More efficient algorithms for optimizing everything from traffic flow to financial portfolios.
It sounds like quantum computing could be the ultimate problem solver, tackling those complex systems that have always seemed to be beyond our reach.
Right.
And our source also mentions the potential impact on artificial intelligence, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now that's a combo that really sparks my curiosity.
Buckle up, because the intersection of quantum computing and AI is where things get really futuristic. Quantum computers could completely revolutionize machine learning, the engine behind so much of our AI today.
So instead of relying on mountains of data and brute computational force, quantum AI could tap into the weirdness of quantum mechanics to learn and adapt in ways we can barely imagine.
Precisely. Picture AI systems that can crack complex problems, make predictions with incredible accuracy, and even exhibit a kind of quantum intuition that goes beyond traditional logic. It's like they're tapping into a hidden layer of reality.
Whoa, we're getting into some serious sci-fi territory here.
Right.
But hold on, before we get carried away dreaming of super intelligent quantum robots.
Right.
Our source reminds us that not everyone is on board with the quantum hype train.
Right. It's important to keep a level head. While there's a lot of excitement around quantum supremacy, there are also some valid criticisms we need to address. Some experts argue that the term supremacy itself is misleading and sets unrealistic expectations.
So it's not about quantum computers being better than classical computers in every way.
Exactly. It's more about recognizing that quantum computers excel at specific types of problems, while classical computers are still incredibly powerful for many other tasks. It's like having a toolbox with different tools for different jobs. Wow. You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw, would you?
Makes sense. And I remember our source mentioning that some folks questioned whether the benchmarks used to show off quantum supremacy are even relevant to real world problems. Like, are they just showing off their quantum muscles without actually doing anything useful?
That's a valid point. It's crucial to ensure that the problems we're using to test these quantum computers are actually relevant to the challenges we face in fields like medicine, material science, or AI. We need to move beyond theoretical demonstrations and focus on developing practical applications that can benefit society.
So while quantum supremacy might sound super cool, it's essential to look at it within the bigger picture of how computing is evolving. It's about understanding both the potential and the limitations.
Exactly. It's not about replacing our trusty classical computers, but about embracing a future where both classical and quantum computers work together, each playing to their strengths. It's like a dynamic duo of computational power.
Right.
But with all this talk about revolutionizing industries and solving the world's problems, it's easy to get lost in the hype.
Yeah, it's important to keep our feet on the ground. Our source emphasizes that we're still in the early chapters of this quantum story.
Right.
There's a long way to go.
Those technical hurdles we talked about earlier, they're still very real. We're still exploring different ways to build quantum computers, and it's unclear which technologies will ultimately win the race. It's like being at the starting line of a marathon.
Okay.
And we're not even sure what kind of shoes we should be wearing.
So it's a time of great excitement, but also of cautious optimism. We're venturing into uncharted territory.
Yeah.
And there are bound to be surprises along the way.
Absolutely.
Who knows what kind of breakthroughs or roadblocks we'll encounter.
And that's what makes this journey so captivating. It's a story of discovery, innovation, and pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Right. And as we move forward, it's vital to keep an open mind, to encourage thoughtful discussion, and to carefully consider the implications of this powerful technology.
That's what the deep dive is all about. We're diving into these complex topics together, asking tough questions and exploring different perspectives. But before we get too philosophical, I'm curious about what comes next in our quantum adventure. I'm ready for the next chapter. All right, we're back. Final stretch of our quantum deep dive. We've covered the science, the potential, the challenges.
Right.
But now it's time to talk about something just as important, the ethical side of all this.
Yeah, this is where the conversation gets really thought-provoking. Every Every powerful technology comes with ethical questions, and quantum computing is no exception. We need to be thinking about these things now before they catch us off guard.
Our German source doesn't go into a ton of detail on this,
Yeah?
but it does hint at some potential concerns. For example, what happens when quantum computers get so powerful, they can crack the encryption we use to protect our online data. That kind of power in the wrong hands could be a recipe for disaster.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where online banking, communications, even national security secrets could be vulnerable. It's not a scenario anyone wants to see.
So all the things we rely on to keep our digital lives safe could be rendered useless. That's a sobering thought.
But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is that researchers are already working on new encryption methods that can stand up to those quantum code breakers.
Okay.
It's called post-quantum cryptography, and it's like building a new type of lock that even a quantum key can't pick.
So it's a race against time. As quantum computers get more powerful, we need to make sure our digital shields can keep up.
Exactly. But it goes beyond just cybersecurity. We need to think about the broader societal impact.
Yeah.
Who's going to have access to this technology?
Yeah.
Will it widen the gap between the haves and have-nots, or create entirely new inequalities we haven't even thought of yet?
It's like any powerful tool. It can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
We need to make sure the benefits of quantum computing are shared fairly, and that we're doing everything we can to minimize the potential downsides.
That's where things like ethical guidelines and regulations become crucial.
Yeah.
We need to have open and honest conversations about how to manage this technology responsibly to make sure it's used for the benefit of humanity.
It's a reminder that technology doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
It's part of a larger social and ethical fabric.
Yeah.
And speaking of the bigger picture, I remember our source touching on the potential long-term implications of quantum computing.
Yeah.
It's not just about solving everyday problems.
Right.
It's about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge.
Exactly. Imagine being able to simulate the birth of the universe.
Wow.
Unraveling the secrets of black holes, or even cracking the code of consciousness itself.
Those are the kinds of mind-blowing possibilities quantum computing opens up.
It's almost like opening a new chapter in the story of human discovery. We're not just solving problems, we're rewriting what we thought was possible.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, I can't help but feel a sense of awe at what the future holds. We've only just begun to scratch the surface of this quantum revolution.
Yeah.
And the journey ahead is full of uncharted territory.
It's a time of tremendous excitement and possibility.
Right.
But also one that demands careful consideration and responsible action. So as we sign off, we want to leave you with this thought. The future of quantum computing isn't set in stone.
Right.
It's a future we're all shaping together with our choices, our investments, and our values.
What kind of future do you want to see?
How will you contribute to shaping this quantum era? Those are the questions we hope you'll keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of quantum supremacy. Until next time, keep asking those big questions, keep learning, and keep exploring